We got our first look at the Pixel 10 phone, or the Pixel 10 Pro, actually. Uh, Funny enough, Google, somebody happened to stumble upon a commercial shoot for the new phone and decided to take some pictures. If you want to believe that, we've had some interesting stuff whenever it comes to the Pixel phones over the years. How magically someone in Brazil got one 2 months early, or it showed up on Facebook Marketplace and somebody bought one, or it got released earlier. Somebody saw a billboard in Russia. It's crazy, all of these weird ways that always these Google Pixel phones get leaked before they come out, and usually months before. Now, we've seen reported stuff. We've seen the rumor, the renders and the leaks and all that stuff. And the phone, for all intents and purposes, looks just like a Pixel 9 series phone. This is my Pixel 9 Pro XL, which is one of my favorite phones, and I said was the best phone of last year. So, without further ado, I'll show you these images. I pulled off the internet, lots of different places reporting them and showing them. I think maybe 9 to 5 Google was the first one to put them out. But you can see it's like 3 images. Not a whole lot to see here, other than it looks like, I believe there's going to be a lilac color, which if we get a purple, y'all guys know that I'm all about a purple phone. So that will be the color choice that I will be trying to get. And that makes me very excited because, well, we've got the iris color with the Pixel 9a. I would love to have a lilac color with the Pixel 10 Pro, Pro XL. And it'll be interesting when we see this come out. So there have been a lot of rumors about when this phone's going to come out. People believe it's going to come out early. Android 16 looks like it may be coming even earlier. I believe we got it beginning of October last year. The Pixel 9 series phones launched like the middle of August and launched where you could get them like a week or so later in August. So late August, we got the Pixel 9. Early mid-October, we got Android 15. So it looks like they're working around the clock, and they want to get Android 16 out even sooner this year, which would be a major accomplishment on its own to push it that soon, because I think we finally got the... Shoot, when did we get it? I think we reached platform stability with Android 15 last year around like May or June. So next month will be interesting. We're going to enter June. That means, hey, quarterly feature drop time. So we have June, September, December, and February are the 4 quarters every year. So it'll be interesting to see how I do it. Like, what they like to do is usually when September or October rolls around, they'll just kind of conveniently skip that quarterly feature drop and give us the new Android. And I keep saying, new Android is not a new feature drop. It's a new operating system update. It's not feature drops. It's a whole new operating system. So they kind of cheat us. It's more like 3 quarterly feature drops. It'll be interesting to see what they do this year between the launch of Android 16 and the feature drops, but I'm expecting some new features. Next month's update should be pretty exciting, and that's coming just around the corner. We're already on May the 25th, so within a week, we could be seeing the new updates roll out for Android 15. So, if you're a Pixel fan, there's a lot of stuff to be excited about because we'll be looking on the horizon to see when the phone's coming out, when Android 16 is coming out, and this will position Google to be in a better place than ever. And this is something I've been talking about for years, where Google can finally take control of their destiny. And like, it's like they finally realize, hey, we make Android, let's get it out to our phones first. And let's roll with this. Like, let's take control of this. Not like, oh, we drop it and then everybody else gets it like a week later. That's a major selling point. A lot of people that like Google, like Pixel phones, like the new operating system updates, new features, things like that. So if you can get it earlier, and then there's a longer time delay between when other brands get it. I mean, shoot, Samsung just dropped Android 15 for the S24, S23, S22 series phones in like April a month ago. They're like 6-7 months behind Google whenever it came to that phone, even though the S25 series launched with Android 15 and One UI. So I think this is a great way to help differentiate the platform and set it aside and make it even more of an exclusive thing where it's like, hey, this is one of the perks, right? You buy a Pixel phone, you get the new version of Android before everybody else, and you get to have it for a little while. You get to enjoy the bragging rights of like, hey, I've got the new operating system. You're still stuck on the old one. And then with the Pixel 10 series phones, reportedly we're going to get 3 cameras in the Pixel 10 now instead of 2. But from what we're seeing, it would be a major step back because basically it would be the primary and the ultra wide of the Pixel 9a, if I remember correctly. And I kind of had a rant about this a while back because I'm like, how do you go with having the same camera as a Pixel 9, but then when you go to the Pixel 10, you give it a Pixel 9a camera. That just doesn't make any sense to me to go backwards. I don't want to go backwards just so I can get a telephoto. That just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So I have concerns with that. And then other rumor is that we might be seeing a price increase on the Pixel 10 Pro XL, that it might go up another $100 to $1199, which I don't know. It's going to be a difficult sell. As good as the phone is, it's already gone up from $999 to $1099 and $1199. Like, whenever these phones came out, one of the reasons I loved them so much when they reinvented themselves with the Pixel 6 was because they were more affordable. They were several $100s cheaper than the competition, and they offered such great opportunity, and they sold it for several $100 more. Now, when you're talking about being $100 less than an S25 Ultra, that's a much harder sell, right? So we'll see what goes on with the price. Also, this will be the very first Google Tensor processor not made by Samsung. It's going to be made by TSMC. TSMC is the best. They are the best of the best of the best. Basically, everybody has them fabricate their chips. There should be a 3-nanometer processor, which, here's the thing, and I'm just going to get out ahead of this now. People are going to complain. Everybody's going to be saying, it's a mid-range phone. It's a crap processor. It's 5 years old because it won't be 4.3 gigahertz or whatever, right? I fully expect probably somewhere between 3.3, 3.5 gigahertz. It will have upgrades. It will have better battery life and power stuff, just because it's going to be, ideally, it should be 3 nanometers. So if all that stuff comes to fruition, here's the thing. Google builds their chip for their platform. It's not like a Snapdragon chip. A Snapdragon chip is built and then the platform is run on it. It's not designed for the operating system. So when you have Google, very similar to what you have with Apple, they make Android, they make and design the chip. They're designed to work together. You get that synergistic effect, which we started seeing a lot more with the Google Tensor 4. So with the Tensor 5, I'm really hoping that it's firing all cylinders. It should have stuff embedded in it that help it run all of its Gemini stuff, all the AI characteristics better than other phones, or better than other phones with less, right? You don't need a 4.5 gigahertz, 5 gigahertz chip to be able to do a lot of this stuff, right? So it's still going to be flagship level. It's still going to be well over 3 gigahertz. It's still going to have lots of new stuff. So it's going to be the best chip that we've seen ever in a Google Pixel phone. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see what TSMC brings to the table, how much improvement that we get over the Tensor 4 to the Tensor 5, how much improvement we get, what that brings to the cameras. Because here's another thing. One of the reasons that Google's been able to stay ahead of the competition for so long is their focus on making the cameras the best. And now with them being able to dial that in with a new version of Android and being able to dial that in with the chip made by TSMC, which should be a better fabricated chip, we could see even better performance come out of the cameras than ever. So I think there's a lot of excitement. I think if you're a Pixel fan, there's a lot of stuff to look at on the horizon. New characteristics, new capabilities, new phones. What's the price going to be? New Android, ideally getting it first, 7 years of support still. So I think for Pixel fans, we're entering into this window of opportunity where things are going to start to get exciting again as we get into June, especially starting with that quarterly feature drop. So stay tuned for all that stuff. I, of course, cover a lot of Pixel stuff. It's been kind of dead the last couple of weeks, so I haven't had much to talk about. But now with these new leaks and sharing this stuff, talking about some of the new stuff, getting into this more imminent window, expect to see more Pixel content as we circle back around to this. And also, if you didn't see, I made a Pixel 9a review and all that stuff too. So that's all I got. If you have any questions, comments, gripes, concerns, complaints, hopes, wishes, dreams, whatevers, go to the comment section. We'll talk about it. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching. And I'll see you guys next time.